Title: How to Think in English to Speak English Fluently. Welcome to this comprehensive guide on how to think fast and speak fluently. If you've ever struggled to keep up with conversations or found yourself stuck searching for the right words, this video is for you. Thinking fast and speaking fluently is a skill anyone can develop with consistent practice and the right strategies. In this video, we'll cover the different ways to train your brain to think quickly, how to shift your thoughts to English, and how to communicate effectively in conversations. Let's dive in. Part 1: How to Think Fast in English. Sharpen your mind with quick thinking exercises. Play games that challenge your speed of thought, such as word associations, rapid-fire questions, or brain training apps. Solve puzzles or engage in activities that require quick decisions, like improvisation games or storytelling challenges. Practice mindfulness and focus. Train your brain to be present. This helps you process information faster during conversations. Meditation and breathing exercises can enhance your mental clarity, allowing you to think quickly under pressure. Learn to paraphrase. Instead of searching for the perfect word, train yourself to describe your thoughts using simpler phrases. This keeps the conversation flowing while giving you time to think. Use contextual cues. Pay attention to the context of the conversation to predict what will be said next. This helps you prepare your responses in advance. Regular practice in real-life situations. Challenge yourself to respond quickly in small talk or group discussions. Part 2: How to Think in English. Immersion in English. Surround yourself with English through books, podcasts, movies, and social media. Switch the language settings on your phone, computer, and apps to English. Start small with everyday thoughts. Practice thinking about simple daily activities in English, such as planning your meals or organizing your schedule. Practice visual thinking in English. Picture scenarios in your mind and describe them in English. For example, imagine walking into a cafe and ordering your favorite drink. Talk to yourself. Narrate your actions out loud in English, like, "I'm picking up my keys, and now I'm heading to the door." Shadowing technique. Repeat sentences you hear in real time from movies, podcasts, or real conversations. This helps you mimic the natural flow of English. Set a daily English thinking goal. Dedicate a few minutes each day to consciously think only in English. Over time, this habit will become natural. Part 3: Communication and Conversation Skills. Structure your thoughts. Use a simple formula to answer questions or share details: intro, main point, and closing statement. For example, if someone asks how your weekend was, you can say, intro, "It was amazing." Main point, "I went hiking with friends and enjoyed the beautiful views." Closing, "I'd recommend the place to anyone who loves nature." Practice active listening. Pay attention to what others are saying so you can respond thoughtfully. Repeat key phrases in your mind to help you stay engaged. Polish your storytelling skills. Learn to share your experiences and ideas in an engaging way. Use descriptive words, keep it concise, and always aim for clarity. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of asking yes/no questions, try asking, "What do you think about?" or "Can you tell me more about?" This keeps the conversation alive and interesting. Be confident in making mistakes. Remember that fluency doesn't mean perfection. Mistakes are part of learning, so don't let them hold you back from speaking. Use body language and expressions. Your tone, facial expressions, and gestures can make your communication more natural and engaging. Learn to transition between topics. Use linking phrases like, "Speaking of that," or, "By the way," to smoothly move to a new topic without awkward pauses. Practice communicating common details. Share information about yourself, like where you're from, what you do, and your hobbies. Write and practice these sentences until they come naturally. Final tips for fluency. Consistency is key. Make speaking English a daily habit, even if it's just for 5 to 10 minutes. Join English communities. Talk with people online or in person who are also learning English. This creates a safe space to practice. Set achievable goals. For example, aim to hold a 5-minute conversation without pausing too much or learn 10 new phrases weekly. Celebrate small wins. Each step forward is progress. Whether it's ordering food in English or chatting with a stranger, acknowledge your efforts. Let's know from a practical example of Emma. Emma's journey to fluency, how she learned to think fast and speak confidently. Emma, a 22-year-old university student from a small town, had always dreamed of becoming a fluent English speaker. She admired people who could express themselves effortlessly in English and wanted to achieve the same. However, Emma struggled with thinking fast during conversations. Whenever she tried to speak, she'd pause, searching for the right words, which made her feel nervous and frustrated. One day, Emma decided to change her approach. She realized that fluency wasn't just about knowing vocabulary and grammar, it was also about training her mind to think in English naturally and quickly. Step 1: Immersing herself in English. Emma started by surrounding herself with English. She set her phone and laptop language to English and began watching English movies and TV shows. At first, she used subtitles, but soon she challenged herself to watch without them. She also started listening to podcasts on topics she loved, like travel and personal development. She made a rule for herself: no matter how awkward it felt, she would think in English throughout the day. When she woke up, she'd mentally list her plans for the day in English. While cooking, she'd narrate her actions: I'm cutting vegetables. Now I'm boiling water. Step 2: Practicing quick thinking. Emma learned that thinking fast required training her brain. She played word association games, where she'd pick a word and quickly think of related words. For example, if she thought of travel, she'd say plane, beach, adventure, and so on. This exercise helped her create mental connections between words. To practice speaking on the spot, Emma started a daily challenge. She'd pick a random topic, like my favorite book or the weather today, and talk about it in English for 1 minute without stopping. At first, she stumbled, but with time, her thoughts became more organized, and her words flowed more naturally. Step 3: Shadowing and conversations. Emma discovered the shadowing technique, where she repeated sentences immediately after hearing them in podcasts or movies. It was challenging but rewarding. Shadowing helped her mimic the natural rhythm and intonation of native speakers. She also joined an online language exchange group. Talking to people from different countries was nerve-wracking at first, but Emma reminded herself that it was okay to make mistakes. Each conversation boosted her confidence and taught her something new. Step 4: Building communication skills. Emma realized that fluency wasn't just about speaking fast, it was about communicating clearly. She started practicing how to structure her thoughts. When someone asked her a question, she'd pause briefly to think of her answer in 3 parts: intro, a quick response to the question. Main point, the details or explanation. Closing statement, a summary or follow-up question. For example, when asked about her weekend, she'd say, intro, it was great. Main point, I visited a park with my friends and had a picnic. Closing, have you been to any parks recently? This simple structure made her responses sound natural and confident. Step 5: Facing real-life challenges. Emma's biggest test came when she had to give a presentation in English for a class project. She prepared by rehearsing her speech multiple times in front of a mirror. She also recorded herself speaking to identify areas for improvement. On the day of the presentation, Emma felt nervous but focused on speaking clearly and confidently. She used the techniques she had practiced, thinking in English, structuring her thoughts, and pausing to breathe when needed. To her surprise, she received positive feedback from her classmates and professor. The transformation. After months of consistent practice, Emma noticed a significant change. She could think faster, respond more naturally in conversations, and express herself without constantly translating in her head. She even started dreaming in English, a sign that her brain had fully embraced the language. Emma's journey wasn't without challenges, but her determination and strategic practice paid off. Today, she confidently participates in discussions, gives presentations, and even helps her friends improve their English. Her advice to others: don't be afraid to make mistakes. Fluency comes with practice and patience. Surround yourself with English, think in English, and never stop trying. One day, you'll look back and realize how far you've come, just like I did. Emma's story is a testament to the power of persistence and the right techniques in achieving fluency. By applying these techniques, you'll not only think faster but also develop the ability to communicate effortlessly in English. Remember, fluency is a journey, not a destination, and each conversation brings you closer to your goal. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips and share your experiences in the comments below.